Everyone, Monster High, they might give you a fright. Some of you may not know, but I have a very weird hyperfixation over the series Monster High. It is a doll line. I used to like it as a kid because, when you grow up with four sisters, you take what you can get, and you know what? Monster High was fire. And you know what else is fire? The Pits of Hell. Because Monster High is demonic. And we have this Twitter video here to show us the demonic nature of Monster High. So we're cutting off the Animal Crossing music. We're getting right into it.
We found those little witchcraft dolls. I just wanted to...
As you can see, we have Monster High here. We have a Frankie Stein. We have a Claudine Wolf. I think that is Twyla right there. Yeah, we have Cleo. We have some Monster High here.
Tell you that these are bad and these are witchcraft, and I don't want to get these because they're from the Pits of Hell.
Okay, so we had a little kid at the end, a little boy at that say yay and grab one of the dolls, which I thought was that's kind of adorable. But as you may notice, that was a very young kid saying that into the camera, almost like she's being forced, that she does not want Monster High dolls because they are from the Pits of Hell, which is, of course, how children talk. No. As people have pointed out at this video, remember to not blame the kid in the situation. The religious indoctrination of children is abuse. This is the parents' fault. This is something that I wholeheartedly agree with. This is a kid who has been indoctrinated into religion. She does not have full control over her situation. She does not have a full grasp over the situation, what she's necessarily being meant to say. And this is a big issue that we see when it comes to religion. That little kids will get indoctrinated and will be scared away from certain media properties, certain things, because they are viewed as demonic by their parents, and because of that, they will not be allowed to engage in it. We saw this with rock and roll music back in the day, which I'm not wearing a shirt like that today. I'm wearing a Darth Vader shirt. Even Star Wars was seen as demonic back in the day. Everything was seen as fucking demonic. But like rock and roll back then was seen as demonic. Metal was seen as demonic. Fucking Dungeons and Dragons was seen as demonic. Anyone, you don't even have to play D&D to know Dungeons and Dragons is like not demonic at all. This reminds me when my dad wouldn't let me get free Pokemon cards at the flea market that a nice lady offered me because they were evil. Exactly. It's insane. Yeah, and this satanic panic shit, I'll tell you what it comes from. It comes from idiots who think that anything that is not directly praising Christ is automatically evil and satanic and demonic, and they're coming to get your children. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not shocked that Monster High is being targeted by something like this, because Monster High is a series that focuses on, monsters. It's called Monster High for a reason. The main characters are based off of, just naming some off the top of my head, it's like Egyptian mummies in Cleo Denial. You have Draculaura, obviously a vampire, Frankie Stein, based off of Frankenstein's monster, etc., etc., etc. The people proclaiming Monster High to be demonic, though, have never engaged with the series. And that's what you largely see from the satanic panic bullshit. These people have never, ever interacted with this shit. Doom was a game about... Yeah, Doom. Doom is a game where you go in hell and you murder demons. Violently. Like, the main character of Doom, I'm pretty sure, is like a Catholic guy who goes into hell to murder demons. But the video game where you murder demons is apparently demonic. Yeah? And this is something that we see a lot with religious fundamentalists. What we end up seeing is that a lot of these people freak out about things that are not in any shape or form demonic because they haven't engaged in it. Because a lot of people who are in a state where they are religious fundamentalists are scared of fucking everything. That's what you see with really extreme religious fundamentalist groups like not Mormons. Mormons too, but like with the Amish, they don't even really fucking interact with people who they consider English, as they call like non-Amish people. Like all non-Amish people are English to them. Because they consider our way of life to be demonic, meanwhile their fucking kids are dying of goddamn dysentery and some bullshit. Yeah? It's stupid. I'm surprised they never freaked out about Lego Ninjago. Oh! They absolutely fucking did. I was big into Ninjago as a kid, when I was a little kid. I was really into Ninjago. As a matter of fact, recently I don't have it here. I don't have my keys here with me. But for vacation, I went down to Legoland, and I got, like, some Ninjago shit. Like, I was really into Ninjago when I was a little kid. And the thing about that is, there were kids that I grew up alongside who couldn't watch Ninjago because it was considered demonic by their parents. The shit is insane. These people are insane. And what you have to remember whenever you look at these kids being indoctrinated is that it largely isn't their fault. And it's their parents' fault. It is their parents' fault. Because this new era of hyper-religious Christianity is exactly that. It is new. It is new. Yeah? And it is birthed out of this suburbanite idea that anything that is not automatically praising Christ is satanic. It is the same shit that is driving anti-trans and anti-gay rhetoric. It is the same shit that has fed into QAnon. It is the same, like, I guarantee you, the girl who was forced to make that video, her parents probably believe that Monster High is some fucking plot by them to indoctrinate kids into demonology and to get them away from the light of Christ. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah? Meanwhile, half the time, all these fucking supposedly religious people, half the time all they fucking talk about is demons. Why are you so obsessed with demons? Are the demons coming for you? Because trust me, if I was a demon, I wouldn't be interested in you. Y'all niggas are annoying. Very annoying. Okay? Look. It makes me sad to watch it makes me sad to watch videos like this. Because this is a child who's not going to be allowed to have a normal childhood where they are allowed to explore things that they might like. You know? I said it earlier. I got into Monster High as a kid because I grew up with 4 sisters. And that was one of the things that if I wanted to interact with my sisters, I kind of got into. Yeah? Because, you know, I had one who liked Monster High. I watched the fucking movies, I played with the fucking dolls with her, and I thought it was sick as fuck. Because it's like, Monster High is sick as fuck. It's cool. Yeah? But this kid isn't going to be able to enjoy that series, and I guarantee you, probably isn't able to enjoy other series outside of fucking VeggieTales. Because it's considered demonic by their parents. Because they're going to be deprived of this media by their parents because it's so-called demonic. And this is really unfortunate. Yeah? And this is one of the things that we need to fight against when it does come to indoctrination. Yeah? The reason why conservatives rag so much against schools and want to force kids into Catholic schools, or the reason why they want to enforce religiosity even in public schools, is so that they can get away with doing the shit easier. Because the one thing that conservatives always prey on is fear. Fear is the one thing that they always prey on. Fear of change, fear of the unknown. That's ultimately what the idea of demons is. The unknown. Anything that is seen as not natural is a threat to you, and you should be afraid of it. And a good way of instilling this into people is instilling religiosity into people. That's why a lot of conservatives are religious. And that's why a lot of super highly religious people are conservative. You don't see a hyper fucking Christian being a liberal. That doesn't happen. And that's because these two ideologies go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. Because when you can get someone really afraid of change, really afraid of the unknown of change, they become conservatives and they vote for you. Which is part of the reason why conservatives are such a threat. That little girl in that video saying that Monster High was from the pits of hell, again, ways that children absolutely talk, yeah? Who hasn't had a child say that something was from the pits of hell? That is absolutely how children talk, if you've ever interacted with a little kid. That definitely was not put into her mouth by her parents. Yeah? But by being able to indoctrinate, groom these kids into believing that anything that is not automatically Christian, and by extension most likely conservative, by being able to indoctrinate them into that belief system, they're creating a new generation of conservatives. That's why these people are attacking our schools. That's why these people are attacking our children. That's why these people are trying to indoctrinate new people into their religions. But you know what? That's fine. Because whenever we look at the rates of religiosity, they've been going down very steadily these past couple of decades. Because a lot of people are waking up and smelling the fact that this stuff is BS. They're whiffing it. They're going outside. They're going to their church, and their pastor is like, hate the person. Now love your neighbor. And they're like, what? A lot of these people are realizing that they've been indoctrinated, and they're breaking themselves out of that. And that's good. That's good. And at the end of the day, I do hope that this girl in the future is able to break out of this religious indoctrination. I do hope for that. No? Because ultimately, it isn't these children's fault that they were born into a family of absolute dumb fucks who believe that everything is satanic. That's not their fault. Yeah? And what you should do when you see something like this, when you're confronted with a video like this, is say what other people said about this video. Do not blame the kid in this situation. Don't blame the children. Blame the parents. Because it is their fault for indoctrinating their children to this degree, to make them so fearful of the outside world, to put them on the internet to espouse their viewpoints. These children are being abused by this. This is abuse, flat out. And what you should do is hope that these children can break out of this abuse, and make sure that if you see anyone on the internet blaming these children for saying this kind of stuff, make sure to point out to them it isn't the kid's fault. It's their parents. Regardless, if you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. I love you all. Make sure to go down to the link in the description so that you know when I go live, so that you can join this lovely live stream chat. And follow me on Twitter, follow me on Threads, links in the description as well, you should see them. And I love you all. I'll see you on the next video. Watch Monster High. Peace. Gotta hit the stop recording button.